Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave, and today we're going to be looking at 5 players Liverpool should sign in the summer transfer window. If you are new, make sure to subscribe to the Statman Dave YouTube channel, turn those notifications on, and like the goddamn video. Anyway, let's get this party started. After a bittersweet season that saw Liverpool record 97 Premier League points only to finish second, a point behind winners Manchester City, but then to go on and win the club's 6th European Cup, Jurgen Klopp will surely want to invest in his squad to close the gap at the top of the table. But who should they sign? We're going to go through 5 players that Liverpool could sign to turn themselves into Premier League title winners, starting with Hakim Ziyech. With a rumoured €30 million release clause in his contract, the Ajax creator could be the cheapest player on this list. A phenomenal footballer, the Moroccan international played a starring role in Ajax's Champions League run. In that run, Ziyech was directly involved in 5 goals in 7 knockout round appearances, with goals against Real Madrid, Juventus and Spurs. But how would he fit into Jurgen Klopp's 4-3-3? The most likely option for this system would for him to be a rotational player. He could be deployed on the right wing and offer some respite to one of Liverpool's front 3 without a drop-off in quality, or against sides that sit in a deep block, operate in central midfield as more of a direct Salah to Naby Keita. But perhaps best to maximise Ziyech would change systems to a 4-2-3-1. The attacking fluidity offered by this formation would be ridiculous. Mane off the left wing, Ziyech off the right, Firmino just in number 10 behind Mohamed Salah is how it could look on paper. In practice, it could literally be anything. Ajax's 4-2-1-3 had such attacking fluidity. Ziyech tended to operate on the right-hand side, but he frequently found himself attacking on the left or centrally. This comfort across the line would suit this fluid attacking lineup, with each of the 4 players capable of playing any position across the line. In 130 appearances for Ajax, Ziyech has been directly involved in 101 goals. But these attacking numbers don't come at the cost of defensive work rate. In the Champions League last season, Ziyech made 51 tackles, 18 more than any other forward in the competition. Arguably a late bloomer, Hakim Ziyech has made the most of his time on the big stage. His 11 Champions League appearances were the first of his career, and whilst Erik ten Hag improved his game at Ajax, I can only imagine what Jurgen Klopp could do to Ziyech's game. The only stumbling block would be whether Ziyech would move to a club where he's potentially not the key guy. But anyway, let's move on to number 2. The second player is Bruno Fernandes. Following an incredible goal-scoring season for Sporting CP, where he broke the European record for most goals scored in a season from central midfield, it's easy to see why he's been linked to Europe's elite. For Sporting, he primarily operates in a 4-3-3. That's where he'd slot into Klopp's side. As his goal-scoring, record-breaking season suggests, Fernandes would add much-needed goals to Liverpool's midfield. The Portuguese midfielder was directly involved in 50 goals in just 53 appearances from central midfield, and he'd often be found making driving runs to finish off passing moves. Fernandes is a player of considerable technique, and whilst he scored a lot of goals from raw power, he's also scored a lot through accuracy, placing the ball out of the reach of diving goalkeepers. Bruno Fernandes would be a fantastic addition to Liverpool as one of the few players in world football that is available, and it'd improve Liverpool's starting system. Not only did he contribute to 6.8 shots per game in Ligue NOS, that of course is 3.6 shots per game and 3.2 chances created, which is more than any other Liverpool player managed, but he averages 2.9 tackles per game domestically and 3.9 tackles per game in the Europa League. Fernandes really does look like the missing piece in Liverpool's title puzzle. Last season, Liverpool struggled to break teams down that sat deep and frustrated the Reds, and it shows in their 7 draws. If Liverpool had turned one of those games into a win, they would have won their first league title in 29 years. In Bruno Fernandes, they're bringing in a player who's already ready-made for their system, with the ability to take games away from the opposition with a swing of his boot. If you want more information on the Portuguese international, then why not check out Who is Bruno Fernandes? The link will be in the description below. The third player on this list is another player that's perfect for Jurgen Klopp's gegenpressing system. Timo Werner, the RB Leipzig centre-forward, already plays in a high-pressing system and scores a lot of goals from runs in behind. He's also fairly versatile, capable of playing as a lone forward, in a striking pair, as well as off the left and right. but he's undoubtedly played at his best through the middle. Since joining RB Leipzig, Werner has nailed down the starting striking role. In 93 Bundesliga appearances for the Saxony club, the German international has been directly involved in 69 goals, showing his consistency of goal scoring across 3 impressive seasons. With his contract expiring in 2020, rumours suggest RB Leipzig will do business if they get bids of around 60 million euros. As it stands, Bayern Munich seem that they're unwilling to spend more than 40 million, so Liverpool could comfortably outbid the Bavarians. Even if they were to spend north of 50 million, they're buying a proven goalscorer with his best years ahead of him, and one that will require little adaptation to fit into Klopp's system. He'd also allow Klopp to rest Firmino, who suffered with a little bit of match sharpness with a number of niggling injuries in 2019. The fourth man on this list is Lille's main man Nicolas Pepe, with rumours persisting that Mohamed Salah's future lies potentially away from Anfield, even ex-pros suggesting that he could move to one of Spain's super clubs. Would it hurt to get a potential replacement on the books in case the Egyptian's head gets turned? Lille's Ivory Coast international on paper is very similar to Mohamed Salah. Both are left-footed right wingers. Inside forwards, they look to use their incredible pace to get in behind the defence, before calmly finishing with their excellent left foot. Pepe was the first player in Ligue 1 last season to both score and assist 10 or more goals, and finish the season with 22 goals, the same as Mohamed Salah. And the pair are matched for both dribbles per game, chances created and shots per game. But the one area that the Ivorian has Salah beat is in big games last season. The one criticism constantly levelled at Salah is that he doesn't do it in the big games, and that's not inaccurate. With just 4 goal involvements in 10 appearances against the Premier League top 6 sides, just 0.4 per game, whereas Nicolas Pepe was directly involved in 12 goals in 10 games against Ligue 1's top 6, 1.2 per game. A big game player 3 years younger than Salah. Bringing in Pepe would make the idea of losing the Egyptian that little bit easier, but if Salah were to leave, it could mean that he gets pushed into that central striking position, where he's been directly involved in 27 goals in just 20 appearances for Liverpool. And the final player on this list is Bayer Leverkusen's Kai Havertz. Havertz had an impressive season in the Bundesliga, finishing the season with 17 goals to his name, making him the second top scoring player under the age of 21 in Europe, behind only Kylian Mbappe. Havertz would be another smart addition, whilst a natural number 10, the young German has spent most of his minutes playing for Bayer Leverkusen either in central midfield or the right wing and his natural position. Incredibly moving positions hasn't hampered his goal involvement, with Havertz being directly involved in 5 goals in 11 appearances in central midfield, 13 goals in 16 appearances at number 10, and 8 goals in 9 appearances from the right wing. His game intelligence allows him to be effective in a number of positions, which is important if he were to move to Merseyside. And it's not just his ability on the ball that's impressive. Off the ball, Havertz is fantastic. His attacking movement is exceptional and he works incredibly hard in a defensive sense. He covered more ground and made more intensive runs than any other Bayer Leverkusen player in the Bundesliga last season, showing he's more than just ability but mentality as well. Signing the Leverkusen man would give Jurgen Klopp the tools to switch systems to a 4-2-3-1 and deploy Havertz in the hole. But if Klopp didn't want to change up his system that saw them rack up a record-breaking 97 Premier League points to come second, then Havertz's versatility would be perfect. His intelligent playing style is very reminiscent of Roberto Firmino, and could see him deputised as well as a striker if Klopp wants to rest the Brazilian false 9. Before Brendan Rodgers bought Firmino to Liverpool, like Havertz, the Brazilian operated a number of roles for Hoffenheim, primarily as a number 10, but also off the right flank. But in the 7 games under Rodgers, Firmino was ineffective and failed to score or assist. It wasn't until Klopp converted the Brazilian into a false 9 where he truly became alive in the Premier League. In 75 appearances as Klopp's striker, Firmino has been directly involved in a Premier League goal every 106.5 minutes, either by feeding the goal-scoring wingers or popping up undetected in the penalty area himself and scoring, and we could see a similar transformation if Kai Havertz is brought in. The 19-year-old's evolution this season suggests he knows where the goal is, and his intelligence across the attacking line could see him do as well as a number 10 or as a false 9 at Liverpool. But anyway guys, what do you think? Do you think Liverpool should add any of these players we have mentioned today, or should they be taking a look at other players? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I've been Statman Dave. Subscribe if you're new, like that goddamn video and turn that bell on. See you guys later. The third player on this list is another... Oh, I hate reading this. God. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.